There are always lessons that can be learned from history. In the Cold War, of course, the major policy governing the United States was containment, trying to contain the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union, of course, was a nuclear power. What are the red lines that we can reach and go to without provoking a nuclear war, which is something we certainly still want to avoid? I joined CIA in 1981 as an analyst. I worked in operations, an operations officer for 34 years. I worked overseas principally against the Soviet target early in my career. I was chief in Moscow when Putin came to power. After that, deputy chief for East Asian operations, principally China. Chief in Islamabad. After that, 2011, an eventful year. Then I finished my career 4 years as chief of counterintelligence at CIA. What happened after 9/11 was essentially a revolution in intelligence affairs and national security affairs. We learned how to collect, process, and action information at unprecedented speeds, and it's only picked up since then. We're in a technology age. The future of national security of the United States is going to be determined by how fast we can seize upon it and exploit it and use it for national security means, and to some degree deny technological advantage to our adversary. We need to maintain an edge. The United States traditionally in the national security arena has had a technological edge. What we're going to need to do in the national security community is partnering with industry, working closely with industry to make sure that technologies and capabilities that are developed in industry can be moved quickly into the national security arena. There are several critical areas that the United States has to win this competition to stay ahead of our adversaries and to mitigate the threats that we're confronting. First is to win the AI war. Secondly, we must do what we can to mitigate and to blunt Chinese efforts to increase its influence worldwide. The last piece is information operations, the ability of an adversary to manipulate media and to put out narratives that undermine democracy. We have to be in a position to counter those information operations by our adversaries because they're seizing the narrative, and really worldwide in today's world, dominating that narrative is crucially important. I think it's important for the United States to maintain an optimistic perspective on the future. That's something that our leaders are going to have to demonstrate and to project to the world. Our allies count upon the United States, and we're at a crucial point in our history where we are being challenged by a country that wants to topple us from that leadership role, and that country doesn't represent the values that we represent.